Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Christmas really is just a few days away now, so people are running around trying to make their final preparations. I have to buy some more batteries because my Christmas tree lights are on the blink. That's an idiom we covered a few days ago. Basically, my Christmas tree lights, the batteries in them are starting to fail. So they're on the blink. They're not as bright as they used to be. So I need to buy some batteries. And I also need to buy chicken to make chicken. That's going to be my main dish on Christmas Day. Now, there's a slight problem with that because I'm hearing on social media and from friends that my town has completely run out of chicken. Yes, very strange. You've heard me saying before that sometimes we can't get tomatoes, eggs are restricted to one per customer and these things. Well, it seems there's no chicken. Now, if you had asked me 10 years ago whether these kind of problems would have arisen in the UK, I would have said, well, no, of course not. There's always food on the shelf, especially at Christmas time, but it seems harder and harder to actually get very basic food supplies. So there's no chicken. So I'm going to go to the supermarket today to try and find chicken. Now, I know there was a warning back in May from food bosses, whoever they are, food industry bosses, warning that some people may find it harder to get chicken, and we should be aware that it's slowly going to disappear because of higher energy prices coming in, which apparently affects farmers, and also the logistics of moving chicken. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, everyone likes chicken. We do have a lot of vegetarians and vegans here. I'm one of them. The chicken isn't for me. It's just really the dish that's going to be cooked for Christmas dinner because nobody likes turkey, at least not in my house. There's plenty of other options, of course. There's goose, there's duck, and there's also chicken which has been pre-packed with a sauce or with a dressing. So it's not like we'll never see chicken again, but if you're looking for a whole chicken to roast or to cook, you might find it quite difficult. Anyway, I have loads of breasts of chicken in the freezer, so I can easily use one of those or some of those. However, I really wanted to make a special South American recipe, chicken a la brasa, which is basically pollito a la brasa. Pollito means little chicken. And it's just a recipe that I like to make on special occasions. But it's looking more and more unlikely that I'm going to be able to find chicken. Well, you can imagine that a lot of people here are quite upset by this. So I will be going out in about an hour on a quest to find chicken. So I'll make a little podcast in the supermarket, and you'll probably get that, I think, tomorrow or the next day. Anyway, because I can't find chicken, I thought this would be a perfect time to look at some idioms all about chicken. So let's have a look and see what I can teach you today about chickens in idioms. Well, I suppose one very common one is like a headless chicken. And that's how we compare someone with another who's very busy. So if you have one person who's very calm and another person running around, you can say, oh, they're running around like a headless chicken. It doesn't have to be in comparison with other people. You can use this as a standalone. It's used to describe someone who's acting in a frantic, uncontrolled way without thinking clearly. Or I'm running around like a headless chicken trying to organize Christmas. Like a headless chicken. And you could be doing anything like a headless chicken. Another one that involves the word chicken is to chicken out. So if you're not brave enough to do something, somebody might say, I hope you're not chickening out, or I hope you're not going to chicken out. And an easy way to do this, to make this expression, is not to use the word, but just to begin acting like a chicken. So if your friend says, you know what, I don't think I will confront my mother on Christmas Day, then you might say, ah, buck, 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 because that's the noise a chicken makes. And you might flap your arms like a chicken to show that the person is chickening out or is about to chicken out. That's a good one. Yes, yes. To chicken out. So that's a couple there, like a headless chicken, to chicken out. One of my favorites that you've probably heard me use a lot in English lessons is referring to a spring chicken. And someone who's quite old, I often say, well, they're no spring chicken. It means they're not a chicken born in the spring. They're much older. If someone is not a spring chicken, it means they're no longer young. I was reading a story about an actress the other day who was dressed up like a young girl, and I was thinking, oh, well, she's no spring chicken, is she? And we can also say it about people who are ill, and if we're concerned they're not going to recover, we can say, oh, I hope she's all right. I mean, she's no spring chicken. But we usually use it more in a joking way when someone isn't acting their age. No spring chicken. I've only ever heard it being used with the word no spring chicken. Another one is henpecked, and that describes a man who's constantly being told what to do by their female partner. And the man might be afraid to disagree with the woman. Yeah, I've got a few friends like that. They're completely henpecked. I remember I had a boss once many years ago, and he usually drove to work in his car, and then suddenly he stopped and he started coming on the train. And I asked him, where's your car? And he said, oh, Sandra's got the car. And that said a lot more than perhaps he was intending to say. With his mannerism and the way he said it, oh, Sandra's got the car. It showed who was in charge or who was wearing the trousers in that house. To be a henpecked. I think we're all a bit henpecked, aren't we? To put all your eggs in one basket, that's another good one. So that's when you rely on one particular thing to help you. We use that a lot when investing resources like money. So if you decide, for example, to invest all your money in AI or in, let's say, Bitcoin, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. You should really spread it around a little bit. And we use that phrase not only about investing, but in other ways as well. If you keep all of your food in one place and you know that there's mice in the cupboard, then of course you shouldn't leave all your food there. In fact, you shouldn't leave any of your food there. But that's another good example. So before we had investing and all these kind of things, it was really literal, this idiom. But we hear it now when talking about investing cash and money. What else can I tell you? Well, I think that's probably all of the chicken ones. And we're going through some chicken idioms today because I want to find my chicken so I can cook it. Now, I mentioned there that I'm going to have chicken on the 25th, but actually, I'll be having a bit of a Mediterranean Christmas because, as you all know, I'm married to a Venezuelan and we spent a lot of time in Spain. So we'll be eating the special dinner on the 24th, and we'll be eating the leftovers on the 25th. Whereas in the UK, usually your big day is the 25th and you eat the leftovers on the 26th. So we're going to do it the Mediterranean way and exchange our gifts on the 25th. So there we are. There we are. So I'm looking forward to that. But I am a little bit concerned about the chicken. So I'll need to see. I mean, I know that it is very hard to get some things here. Until recently, we were only able to buy one pack of eggs per customer. That's been changed now. Now we can only buy 3 packs of eggs per customer in shops like Lidl. But we have a huge, massive supermarket in this town that sits just outside, that serves this whole area. And for them not to have chicken would be really weird. I have to say that people these days, though, are very greedy. I think we all buy so much more than we need, so I think that's part of the problem. I know that during COVID time, a lot of stuff just vanished off the shelves and we couldn't buy anything. But, well, as long as we're prepared to be flexible, there shouldn't be a big problem. I have loads of breasts of chicken waiting to be cooked in the freezer, so I'm not going to starve. But my menu plans are going to be changing. So I'm on the hunt for chicken. They tell us that the problems are logistical, nothing else. It's just about moving the food around. But this is the first time that I've heard that energy prices are to blame. I mean, it won't kill me if I buy a turkey. Really, it's not the end of the world, I suppose. But I just had my heart set on chicken alla brasa, so I thought that would be quite nice. But we'll see. I'll keep you up to date with that. Chickens generally are used to refer to weakness. Schoolboys, for example, might play chicken to see who's brave enough to do something and to see who isn't brave enough. So, for example, somebody will come up with an idea. You should, I don't know, swing across the river on a piece of rope, which may be quite dangerous. And the one who chickens out first will be the loser. So these kind of things happen all the time with kids. Very simple jokes we have as well regarding chickens. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Very simple chicken jokes are very common here among children. And there's all kinds of things about the chicken crossing the road. It's like a big part of our culture. And we say them just to pass the time, just to be funny. You know, British people are very uncomfortable with silence. They often crack really stupid jokes. By the way, we say crack jokes just to, make the moment lighter. So, for example, I had one the other day. Why did the turkey cross the road? And I thought, oh, that's really strange. Usually it's a chicken. So, why did the turkey cross the road? To prove it wasn't chicken, it wasn't weak. Just we mentioned a moment ago what that means. Um, why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because there were no chickens available on that day. Um, why did the chicken cross the beach to get to the other tide? Awful, isn't it? So there's all kinds of variations about chickens crossing the roads. Why did the philosopher's chicken cross the roads? Fish. That probably would have worked better if we said, why did the existentialist chicken cross the road? So, again, really bad jokes there. So, that's it from me for today. I guess I should go and try and find my chicken. I'm on the great chicken hunt now, and I'll be interested. I mean, I'm sure I'll find a frozen one somewhere. You see, the chicken to roast, I should say, rather than the roast chicken, because it's not cooked yet. But the chicken that I always buy is fresh, okay? So I have no doubt there will be frozen chickens in the freezer in the supermarket. But if you're looking for a fresh one to cook at Christmas, which is kind of normal, not with turkey, we buy those frozen, but fresh chicken is always there. I would guess I'll be able to get a frozen one. I would think. I mean, it can't be that hard, surely, a chicken. But we'll see. We'll see. I will let you know about that tomorrow. Slightly upset about it, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so have a good day, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful preparation for Christmas. See you. Bye.